Indiana Fever to face Chicago Sky without Caitlin Clark. Two other key injured players. Indianapolis, AP. The Indiana Fever will face the rival Chicago Sky on Saturday without Caitlin Clark and two other key players who sustained season-ending injuries in Thursday's loss at Phoenix. Clark has not played since injuring her right groin in the second-to-last game before the All-Star break. Coach Stephanie White still has not provided a timetable for Clark's return. Caitlin Clark, two other key injured players. Mercury Fever Basketball. Photo by Michael Conroy/AP. Phoenix Mercury guard Lexi Held, 1, shoots in front of Indiana Fever guard Sydney Colson, 51, in the first half of a WNBA basketball game in Indianapolis, Wednesday, July 30, 2025. AP photo Michael Conroy. By WRTV staff. Posted 10:30 p.m., August 9, 2025. Indianapolis, AP. The Indiana Fever will face the rival Chicago Sky on Saturday without Caitlin Clark and two other key players who sustained season-ending injuries in Thursday's loss at Phoenix. Clark has not played since injuring her right groin in the second-to-last game before the All-Star break. Coach Stephanie White still has not provided a timetable for Clark's return. But her continued absence has now been complicated by the additional losses of Sydney Colson and Aari McDonald. Colson tore the anterior cruciate ligament in her left knee during the first quarter Thursday. McDonald broke a bone in her right foot during the same game. The Atlanta Dream selected McDonald with the third pick in the 2021 WNBA draft. She was averaging 9.8 points, 4.7 assists and 1.3 steals since emerging as a key part of the team early this season. Colson was acquired as a free agent in February after spending the last 3 seasons with Las Vegas. She was averaging 2.4 points and 2.0 assists in 30 games with Indiana. The Fever did not announce any corresponding moves to fill those 2 roster spots. Indiana Fever provide new Caitlin Clark injury update. The Indiana Fever and coach Stephanie White provided an update on Caitlin Clark's injury status on Monday. White was asked if Clark has progressed beyond her recent reported full-court conditioning activity. No return to practice. She's been able to get a little bit more in her full-court running with all of her body weight. It's really building up from doing minimal to then building some endurance to do longer periods of time. She's been able to do a little bit more on the court in terms of how she moves, but not into practice yet, White said. Clark missed her 10th straight regular season game on Saturday night due to a right groin injury. The Indiana Fever topped the Chicago Sky, 92-70. Saturday's absence marked the 19th regular season game missed by Clark due to injury in 2025 and the 20th contest overall, including the WNBA Commissioner's Cup Final. The Fever officially ruled Clark out of Tuesday night's contest versus the Dallas Wings, increasing her tally of games missed due to injury in 2025 to 21 total. Video of Caitlin Clark during Indiana Fever game causes panic. Video of Caitlin Clark during Indiana Fever game causes panic originally appeared on Athlon Sports. The Indiana Fever might have to start wrapping injured superstar Caitlin Clark in cotton wool after a frightening moment on the bench during Saturday's game against the Chicago Sky. Without Clark and its other 2-point guards, Indiana beat Chicago 92-70 at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. The Fever improved to 10-9 in regular season WNBA games without Clark, who missed her 10th consecutive game with a right groin injury. The 2025 All-Star captain had a comfortable view from the bench to cheer on her teammates. Kelsey Mitchell dropped a game-high 26 points, while Lexi Hull recorded a season-high of 17 points. Amid the excitement, there was a brief moment of panic when Fever assistant coach Brianne January accidentally made contact with the fragile Clark, who reacted alarmingly. Clark did not show any lasting effects from the bump by her coach. She could be seen celebrating on the bench later in the game. In the moment, though, fans' hearts stopped as they feared another setback for Clark amid her indefinite timeline for a return from the groin injury. "I lost 3 years of my life there," said a reply to the video on X. "This scared me so much, OMG," wrote another. Whoa, I just about died right there, thank goodness she's okay," said a panicked fan. "The look of horror on my face when I saw this," responded one user. Alright, we've reached bubble wrap level, a user suggested. Clark has reportedly returned to full-speed running, but has not returned to full practice with the Fever yet. In her sophomore season, Clark is averaging 16.5 points, 5 rebounds, and 8.8 assists in 13 games played. Clark's return date remains unknown. The Fever's next game is at home against 2025 number 1 overall draft pick Paige Buchers and the Dallas Wings at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time Tuesday on ESPN. Related, Indiana Fever praised for what they did during National Anthem against Chicago Sky. This story was originally reported by Athlon Sports on August 10, 2025, where it first appeared. Fans on social media were not the only ones concerned. Nearby teammate Chloe Bibby also had a look of panic on her face after seeing Clark's dramatic reaction to the contact RB position preview. Why this may be the deepest RB has ever been, plus who you need to target in drafts position preview week on the pod rolls on, with Justin Boone joining Matt Harmon to preview the running backs. The two dive into the most crucial position in fantasy football and debate if this season is the deepest we've ever seen the position in fantasy. Harmon and Boone identify potential league winners at RB, which rookies you need to target, and the late draft gems you need to steal in the later rounds. 245 Elite RB Tier. 1835 RB1 Ceiling Guys. 29:15 Ideal RB2 targets and the potential drop-off and RB cliff. 50:45 Boone's backup RB rankings. 1 hour 3 minutes and 5 seconds, late round RB gems.